He is called a piece of living history. Today at San Diego's Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Marines and others heard from a vet who took part in the action that brought an end to World War II.
Dr. Raymond Biel, known as Speedy, took some time to talk about his experience as part of the mission that dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
San Diego 6's John Carroll live outside the Air and Space Museum in Balboa Park, where he learned more about the plane that made the drop, the B-29. John.
Well, Jim Netta, there is no full-size B-29 here in this building, no room for such an enormous airplane, but there's a lot of knowledge about it here, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, some fascinating stories today from a man who played a pivotal part in the history of the 20th century. If you thought 92-year-old Dr. Raymond Speedy Biel was slowing down, the introduction a Marine gave him dispelled that notion.
He is currently serving as the Associate Dean of the Marshall School of Business, in charge of the Executive MBA program at the University of Southern California.
Like so many of his generation, Biel went into the service as a very young man. He served in a variety of positions until that fateful day in August of 1945, when he was a co-pilot on a support plane, one of 7 that participated in the mission to drop the bomb on Hiroshima.
Unfortunately, none of the film taken from the photo plane turns out. This rare footage, shot handheld from the instrument plane, is the only film of the Hiroshima atomic cloud.
Now you might wonder, why didn't any film from the photo plane turn out? Dr. Biel answered that Wednesday afternoon.
That photography ship was about 15 miles back, and as he turned in, he began to take pictures of that bomb going off. The only problem was that the photographer forgot to take the lens cap off. I don't know what happened to him.
It was also the state-of-the-art long-range bomber of the day.
San Diego Air and Space Museum President Jim Kidrick is talking about the B-29 Superfortress, the planes that dropped the 2 atomic bombs on Hiroshima and then Nagasaki. The planes were made right here in San Diego at Consolidated Vultee. And like San Diego's cutting-edge biotech industry of today, Consolidated was forging new scientific ground then.
Changes were occurring so quickly that we were just seeing advances in communications equipment, navigation, the airplane itself.
Of course, most of the advances on the B-29 were not public knowledge at the time. And speaking of secrecy, not even Raymond Biel knew what the Hiroshima mission was about while he and his crew were in the air.
So you had no idea?
We had no idea.
That you were dropping, and you knew it was special, and you knew it was different.
Yeah.
But you didn't know it was the atomic bomb until
right.
after the mission.
Right, that's right.
10 days after the Hiroshima mission, Dr. Biel was honorably discharged from the Army Air Corps. As for the B-29, it went on to fly in both military and civilian configurations for years after the war ended. Man and machine, in this case, both San Diego classics. Live tonight in Balboa Park, John Carroll, San Diego 6 News.